Hey church family, Corey Williams here. I need to let you know about a very important opportunity in front of our church right now. Well, for the last 18 months, we have not been meeting in McChesney Park. In fact, the last time we had an in-person gathering in McChesney Park was March 8th of 2020. That's a long time. Now, because of the pandemic, we ended up at the tree farm. We parked our equipment there. A lot of the key players like Brad and Ellie and Josh and others were there. And so that gave us the ability to connect with our church virtually during a really tumultuous season. As things relaxed, we began holding services out there. We were able to do outdoor services and drive-in services and eventually indoor services. And I'm so grateful for the tree farm and their flexibility and adaptability during that season. But all the while, over these 18 months, I've been wondering what would it look like for us to return to McChesney Park. It's the place that we were called to. It's the place that we launched in. It's the place that we've met at for the last 4 years. And so for 18 months has been a prayer concern of mine. Not only a prayer concern for me, but other individuals as well. Got a note here from a member of our church that lives down that way, and she's just writing and just reminding me of her love for our church and her support of us and her desire for us to return. And she's not coming to the tree farm week by week because that's a commute for her, but she's trying to tune in online and stick with us, but she's eager for us to return. Now that sentiment of that individual there is shared by others. And we've got a lot of people who are residents in McChesney Park and down to the south who are ready for us to return. And trying to figure out what that would look like has been a challenge for me, because not only are we portable, that means we have to show up somewhere and set up, but now with the addition of virtual church, of online church, there's new equipment and new challenges. And so it feels like it's a long ways away. It feels like it will be very, very hard to return to McChesney Park. But surprisingly, an opportunity has come before us quite recently. A church in McChesney Park is moving locations. They've been in a building for 10 years. They're looking to move over to another building here shortly, and therefore their building will be available. And it's actually the property, it's where GPS Faith Community has been for the last 10 years. It's the old Blue Suede Shoes building. The address is 10714 North 2nd Street. It's kind of, if you're trying to think of reference points, it's on the frontage road of 251 or North 2nd Street, and it's across the way or kitty corner from the old Menards building. High visibility, high traffic, great location right in the area that we would circle to say, this is where we want to land. And so it's right there. And the owner has reached out to me personally, and we've begun that conversation of exploring whether or not our church could move in that direction and begin meeting there and calling that location our home. Well, as things have unfolded, really it has become an opportunity for us to purchase property. I thought it was going to be a rental thing, but as we've dug into it, we've realized that it's in the best interest of both parties to consider purchasing the property. And so that's where we're at right now, and I know that is crazy to even talk about. And if you're hearing about this for the first time, there's probably a little bit of what feels like whiplash, like, wait a minute, we just became Park City Church, and now we're going to purchase property. It almost feels a little foolish unless God is in it. And that's how I feel. This is either a silly idea or God has opened it to us. It's one or the other. But because this is such a big decision, in our bylaws we have a provision that a purchase of property needs to be something that the congregation gets to weigh in on. Obviously the elders make decisions and lead and have authority to do certain things, but when it comes to this kind of decision, this is momentous. Lord willing, not that I get to tell God what to do, but Lord willing, we only buy property once, so this is a big deal, and that means we want your voice in the conversation. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out an email with an opportunity for you to digitally vote on whether or not we should pursue this property. You'll get an email tomorrow with that link in there. We're asking all members of Park City Church, 18 years or older, to cast a vote. And And what we'll do then is we'll tally that up. But we need those votes to come in by midnight on Sunday night. We need to tally those votes, and then we need to get back with the seller, who's very eager to find out what the next step is with our church. So we invite you to this. We invite you to participate in this vote. If you're kind of like, Core, I'm just hearing about this for the first time, I'll include in this email a link to the sermon from last week, a link to the announcement from last week, so you can hear. What I do in that sermon is I just kind of process the last couple of months and the experience that I've had with God, and the process that the elders and I have determined to kind of just take next steps in this to see whether or not God is opening it up to us or whether He's going to shut it down. But here's where we're at this weekend. We're asking for you to vote. And I'm excited. No matter what happens, I'm excited. God loves us. He cares for us. This church is so awesome. This church is so exciting to be a part of. It's a privilege to lead. But I'm eager for you to help us out with this momentous decision. So please do cast your vote tomorrow. I love you guys. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll see you soon.